Part of the takeover day was to take Andrew somewhere from a young person's point of view. We went to Wellspring, which is a centre that helps homeless people.
What I'm wondering is how, if it's aimed at anyone who's at a disadvantage or homeless, how could you change the way some of the things what you do to make it okay for more and more 16 to 18 year olds to come, and even become party policy for 16 to 18 year olds to become members? What could you do to make that possible?
Now, we don't actually, the project team here, we don't actually set the rules are set by a management committee. Now, previous to my employment 6 years ago, there was a lot of trouble in the Wellspring, a lot of trouble. At that time, a lot of young people were coming here from other areas. They weren't in Stockport, young people from South and Manchester, and just basically abusing the service. So the building was being vandalised regularly by groups of young people, and it was very difficult. So unfortunately, the management committee made that decision to make it a service for over 18s. Now, since the project staff have got more involved with setting services up in the project, we've come to realise that, yeah, there is these young people who are out on the street sleeping rough, or they're in hostel system, or they're in need in general, and we have on many occasions provided a service still.
Basically, you're saying it's all right for the younger people to come, as long as they don't abuse your service.
We will engage with younger people if they've got issues with homelessness.
The last part of the day was attending the scrutiny committee in Stockport Town Hall.
I had the chance to make some comments to the committee. I think I put them under the spot as well.
Personally, I've took the opportunity to get my point across as I'm doing now, sort of thing. But that's all we really need, to be able to give them the chance, be actually acknowledged, and to say, yes, you're there and we're going to help, sort of thing. Instead of just saying, yeah, we know you're there, but we're doing all we can, let's just push it away for a while and then maybe come back to it another time. Because, I mean, that's my stereotype of, like, councillors, sort of thing. Like, that's what, I mean, I don't personally know what involves and entails, sort of thing, but I wonder if you can sort of, like, rectify that stuff.
It's been a really interesting day having 3 young people with me. They've taken part in a couple of management meetings and a one-to-one session between me and one of my staff. Yesterday I went out shopping with one young person to look at how much he could buy for what he thinks his food allowance is going to be next year, and it was very useful to look at the choices you have to make, the priorities between, do you eat beans on toast every day, or do you have fresh fruit and vegetables, and if so, how much time and effort do you have to spend on shopping? It becomes your day job, just getting enough bargains to live on the budget. So that was very instructive. What I learned today was partly about the services at the Wellspring Centre. We met with staff who on a day-to-day basis, well 365 days a year, provide services to homeless people, which includes some young people, and we heard about what they want to do to develop further. And it was interesting to see the young people's take on the range of needs there. The thing that has struck me most is how much they've been interested by and in tune with the whole range of things that we're doing. We looked at issues in schools, issues of quite large sums of money needing to be spent, and they've had good questions, good observations, and contributed, I think, to a good discussion before we made some decisions. The central element of the management team meeting was a report on the anti-bullying strategy, which was just charts, and it was very useful to be able to get in the middle of the live debate the views of young people about how schools and other settings should respond to bullying and the fear of bullying. It can only benefit those of us who make decisions all day and young people if we do more to share each other's perspectives.
I wanted to apply for the job of the corporate director because often young people are always thought of as being really naughty and they don't care about what's going to happen with the council and youth groups and things like that. But I wanted to prove that they do, and also the day's been really fun, really interesting as well.
I found it great working with Andy today because I helped him spend £8 million. I thought that was quite interesting.
What I learned today was that there are some really hard decisions that you have to make, and things aren't always as easy as they seem.
I've learned that decision making on the manager's behalf can be stressful yet strenuous, and it takes a lot of time and preparation for those people who need to benefit from it most.
We visited the wellspring, and I learnt about what goes on in there and what it's for and how they help the homeless and feed them, and that even though you need to be 18 really to get official membership with them, then if you tell them your circumstances and that, they'll probably still help you out.
The Directorate people have got a lot of hard work and they have to make a lot of hard decisions, but I think they do it very well.
The best part about today was getting to meet this senior management and getting down to the nitty-gritty and being able to hand out money to people, those who need it, like the less fortunate, the underprivileged, etc.
I found the best bit of today was meeting Andy and the staff here and what they do in here to help the children. I also thought spending money for the benefit of the young people was something worthwhile.
The worst part about today was having to sit in a one-to-one basis with, I'm not going to mention names, but sitting into that and sitting there for quite a bit, and I got very tired. It's been a long day.
I'd say the worst bit about today was the hour-and-a-half meeting we had to sit through talking to all the managers about things, but still got some points in my head, but it was a bit boring.
I would definitely take part in this again because it's a great opportunity for people in my circumstances and to be able to voice my opinions a lot more.
It's been fun doing it this time, but next time I might let someone else give their opinions.
I would definitely like to do this sort of thing again because it's been really interesting, and also I think there's a lot more things that we can help out in.
These jigsaw pieces bring together the activities that took place during the month of November. This is in support of the 11 Million Children Takeover.